And we're talking about his son who is just 2.5 years young kid. And this kid has got his name entered in India Book of Records and some other book of records as well, thanks to the inspiring parent that Mr. Gopikrishnan is.
Like I said, you absolutely would not know who is watching you, who's being inspired by you, whose life you're changing. So just keep doing the things, just keep yourself busy doing what you love, in spite of all the hurdles that you face across your day. Some or other way, you're going to achieve your goal. Tarzan's method teaches you that there is no straight line between you and your goal.
So great afternoon, audience. Today is Sunday afternoon. It's around 3 o'clock. So I had my first heart-to-heart conversation today morning at starting at 10 o'clock. I spoke with somebody who has traveled across 13 countries. I spoke with somebody who has been in IT sector. And tonight I have got another conversation at 8:30 in the evening, India time. And this is morning time in USA because I'm going to talk to somebody who is from Mountain View, California. We are going to talk a bit about San Francisco and Silicon Valley and all that. In between, I have got a conversation at 3 o'clock today in the afternoon. And I'm somehow getting a feeling that this conversation is going to be the father of all conversations. So far, I've had many interactions, but I think today, though I knew Mr. Gopikrishnan to some extent, but today, after I knew more about him, I'm totally stunned. I'm totally speechless because when I got to know more about the kind of things which he has done in the last 10 years, I'm pretty sure that the kind of things which he has done is something which many people can't do in 3 to 4 decades. So, Mr. Gopikrishnan, thank you so much. Let me welcome you by putting a clap, putting my hands together, because what I'm going to share with the audience today is going to be absolutely making audience speechless. Please do not miss a single minute of this interaction, because this one interaction can change your life. I'm talking to the audience. So we are going to talk to today Mr. Gopikrishnan. He is an IT professional. He has been there in the field of IT over the last more than 10 years. He has started his career with Capgemini, and then after working in Capgemini for almost 5 years, he got into Sybase, where he has been working. But I think that's a smaller introduction for him. I don't know whether people in Sybase know well about you, Mr. Gopikrishnan, because once they come to know about you, they will declare you the star employee of Sybase, or they would have declared you the star employee of Capgemini. Because just to give a little flavor to the audience, we are talking to Mr. Gopikrishnan. Just think of a person who in class 10, while being in Chennai in Tamil Nadu, he didn't have a very good academic result in class 10, and then he might not have got very good vibes and feedback from people. Just to strengthen his future, just to test his abilities, and just to see that he grows into a stronger person, he leaves his home city, and then goes to some other city. He gets enrolled himself in other college. He starts afresh, and then within 2 years time in class 12, he scores more than 95%. He becomes a topper to the extent that he starts getting calls and messages from people back in Chennai. I mean, this is amazing. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm pretty sure I'm talking to a person who probably actually might have dived into some of the oceans full of icebergs as well, because we are talking to somebody who has jumped who has done parasailing, parajumping, snorkeling and deep sea diving and a lot of marathons. Of course, we will leave it to Mr. Gopikrishnan to share. So audience, just think about it, because I'm speaking from Pune. Of course, Mr. Gopikrishnan also is in the beautiful city of Pune. I know that there are many people in Pune who are working in some companies in case they get a very good career opportunities, and suppose they have to leave Pune, they have to go to some other city. There are many people who leave this career opportunity. They will stay back in Pune just because they want to be comfortable, just because they want to be close to their own people, just because they want to be close to a place which gives them the kind of feeling which they have been getting since childhood days. And here is a person who actually willingly, intentionally came out of Tamil Nadu, came out of Chennai, because he wanted to taste new waters. Gopi, you make me absolutely inspired. This is one of the most inspiring Sunday afternoons for me. Thank you so much for joining. So, Mr. Gopikrishnan, when you look back on your life and career, how do we begin? So, which are those initial some thoughts which come to your mind, and then we will get deeper. And of course, I'm going to keep on changing pictures because there are a lot of things which you have done, and I'm going to show to people all that you have done. I'll try to show as much as possible. Which are some of those thoughts which come to your mind, Mr. Krishnan, when you look back on your life and career? And once again, thank you for coming to this Heart to Heart Conversation series.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you for that introduction. To begin with, I would say first, thank you so much for giving me this platform and opportunity to have this conversation with you. I know how big of this opportunity is because I've seen your videos and I see all the big shots and the great leaders of the industry, the corporate, talking with you, having conversations with you. And I am just one small random person out there, and my ages would be their experience who have been in this show. So it's such an
Your age would
honor.
have been their experience. Nicely said.
No, seriously, Arun, it's such an honor, and I'm humbled to be, invited by you for this conversation. I'm so much thankful for that.
Thank you so
And
much for joining.
because I definitely believe, you never know how much impact you would create on other people's life just by sharing, your life's journey and spreading positivity.
Absolutely.
And seeing your shows, your profile, knowing you, I'm so much happy that this sort of person like Arun, who's picking up skills, recognizing people, identifying people, bringing them into the limelight, and telling and showing people, okay, life is about possibilities. Life is about achieving your dreams. There is more towards life than what people think. There is a bigger picture.
Thank you.
And I'm so much happy that, I'm a part of this too. So I would definitely thank you for that.
No, thank you so much, Mr. Gopikrishnan. Just to take a little pause here, it's very important for us to bring people like you so that more and more people, get to know you and get inspired from people like you. See, in today's times, you go to any TV channel, all that they are showing over the last many days is something which is going on between two political parties. I mean, it's a non-issue. If you ask me, for the audience, it's a non-issue because there is no discussion on what's happening in the country, what is creative, which is going up, is going to happen. One political party is putting all the blames on the other party, the other party is putting the blame on the first party, and nobody is taking accountability. Nobody is talking about the things which they are doing. I think there are some people who still might be talking about good things, but then if you look at the way things are happening on social media as well as on TV news channels, I think it's absolutely in contrast. This is opposite to the direction in which anybody who has done anything great can think of, right? It's counterintuitive when you think about the field of success. That's the reason it's important for people like you to come and then share. And it's important for me to talk to people like you so that more and more people know that this world actually is full of inspiring stories. There are many people who are making a lot of great positive difference in the world. So amazing. Please go on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you are very true. In fact, second your thoughts. Like, if you ask me, basically, there are two different types of people in the society. One who want to stand out of the crowd and do something they really want to do. And there is one section of the crowd who want to fit into the regular norms of, you complete your 10th, your 12th, you get into a bachelor's degree, then you do a master's, mostly abroad, as per their parents' expectations, society's expectations, get married, get into the routine life.
Absolutely. And actually, the percentage of people who fall in second category is very high, isn't it? Majority of people actually fall in the second category. Yeah.
Right. In fact, I'm saying that it is not wrong, but
absolutely,
see, that sort of life was also, or that sort of rules, that sort of norms, was also got or introduced by someone who's no smarter than we.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some person who have in early generations have got these norms, and it's been followed over generations either by your families or some educational institutions, and it keeps on going. But I want also to show that it is, being safe is important, but it doesn't mean that it should be at the cost of giving up on your dreams, not living the life which you really wanted to, just because you had to, be with your family, serve from a family, or, get your people happy. My parents should be proud of me. I got so much percentage. I'm studying abroad. I'm living abroad. No, this is, beyond this, there is something life which, if you ask yourself, the self-awareness, if you talk to yourself and think, am I really happy? Am I doing what I want to do? Or if I take a risk at this moment, would that be wise to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not like that alone. So you can stick to that particular profile, be in that routine, and still you can achieve your dreams by managing your time, knowing exactly what you want to do. And who knows, over a period of time you might shift your job also from being from the routine
Yeah.
race and come and start your own business. I have
Absolutely.
my own inspiration at home, like my wife, who started as an IT corporate, and
Yeah.
now she's running her own business. So, and
Absolutely.
I'm who completely happy with what I'm doing with my job, but I do have my own aspirations as well, and I am pursuing that with every free time that I get, or every
Very nice.
time I finish my office work. Because one thing I will always say, motivation. If you want motivation, if you want seeking for motivation, then progress is the only motivation. Because if you have free time, absolutely there is no progress. The free time is going to kill your progress. So you have to somehow keep yourself busy, either doing something which really you like to do,
Yeah.
finding out what exactly ignites you, what is your passion. And when you keep yourself busy at some way or other, you will know, okay, the meaning of or the purpose of what exactly your life is. I
Very
truly believe in
important.
that.
Very important.
So,
Absolutely.
uh, so I want to talk about a quote from a movie which says, which relates to the earlier discussion which we had, which says, "Get busy living or get busy dying." It's
Get busy living
somewhat,
or get busy dying. Wow.
yeah. So
Mm.
some or other way, I don't believe in sitting alone, getting bored or feeling bored or doing nothing or enjoying a free time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It definitely is not going to take you any higher. Because right now, if I see, I am 30, almost 35. And when I look back,
35. So I think what you attended at the age of 35 is something which many people don't attend at till the age of 55. Let me say so, and audience is going to realize it once by the time we complete the conversation. Go on, go on.
sure, sir. So if you would ask me, I'm not going to go back. And I mean, if I think, I cannot say that, okay, wish I had done this in this age, wish I had accomplished this during this particular time. It's not going to happen. I cannot go back and think about my past, and I cannot change anything about my past. But right now, I have the energy, I have the age, I have the planning capability, and I'm going to make the maximum out of what I can do at this moment. So what I'm going to make at this moment is what going to matter to me. And like I said, you absolutely would not know who is watching you, who's being inspired by you, whose life you're changing. So just keep doing the things, just keep yourself busy doing what you love, in spite of all the hurdles that you face across your day. Some or other way, you're going to achieve your goal. One example, one theory, I know, like you being in HR, would also come across this. There is something called Tarzan's method,
Tarzan's?
like Tarzan's method. Like, for
Okay.
example, I am here and this is my goal. So, Tarzan's method teaches you that there is no straight line between you and your goal. You're not going to go straight to your goal when you decide, okay, I want to be this person. You cannot go directly to this particular goal. There is no straight line or straight path. What Tarzan does is, like, I'm here, I want to go across the another place. So what I do, I jump and hold on to the vine, the first vine, and start swinging. Then I go and grab another one. Then I start swinging. So another rope. So slowly I move across, and get closer to my dreams or aspirations. But if you see the initial rope or any other rope which I'm going to find to swing, I keep oscillating. Okay. So during that oscillating, if you see, people think that, oh, I'm moving away from my dreams. I'm going in the wrong path. Something, this is not the place that I have to be. But if you realize close, that is never you can go straight to your dreams. The oscillations that you make is what is going to give you the knowledge, the experience, and that is what is going to take you more closer to your dreams. Similarly, you catch another rope, you swing again, you make those oscillations, meet different places, different experiences, different people, then catch another rope. This way, one by one, all your knowledge and experience bring and make you to a stronger and more wiser person by the time you reach the final destination. This is the Tarzan method. Like, many people believe, like, slowly if they get distracted, slowly if they move out of their path, they think, no, this is not happening. I'm gonna give up. My dream is to be there, but I'm moving somewhere on the opposite side. No, it happens. Just embrace those oscillations. When you move towards your right, it doesn't mean that you're not going straight. There is something that you need to learn when you move to your right, some experience that you have to go through, to achieve your dreams. So just stick to that and don't worry about the oscillations. Every time you get a chance, hold on to it, grab one by one and move closer to your dream. That is what I believe. Like
No,
when I started my
this is so sorry. We'll just take a pause for 1 minute. Thank you so much. I think what Mr. Gopikrishnan has shared is something which is at the core of human transformation in life and improving anyone's life. So first point which he has shared is that, of course, every oscillation which you make, and often in life, people get a feeling that they are going nowhere. They're actually oscillating on both the sides. So actually, they're not making progress. You are making progress because with each oscillation, you are getting new lessons, new learnings, new insights. And then you are getting to know what is in life, what is that in life which is going to work and what is that which is not going to work. So you are actually getting wiser and wiser and wiser so that next time you can pick the right ropes. And actually with each stage in life, we are getting some lessons which are important. And what I've seen is that the best of lessons people get when actually they are oscillating in the wrong direction. I mean, as pursued by them, they're oscillating in the wrong direction. Because those are the lessons which are going to stay with them, and hence their every new move is going to be in the right direction, in the right direction. Second thing is that we can't figure out all the ropes till our destination. We have to pick one rope, start jumping, and feel that breezy feeling, feel that sense of tiredness, and then you see the next rope. That's the most important aspect. You can't figure out all the ropes. One of the challenges which I see with corporates, mostly corporates, is that they try to figure out all the ropes before they make a person jump. So what happens is that people spend too much time while preparing. Somebody has said that simple strategies executed well are better than best of a strategies not executed well, correct? So what is happening is that people spend too much time while planning, strategizing, putting all the pros and cons together and then making presentations to 10 people. First person will give some advice, then they will improvise, then the second presentation, third presentation, 10th presentation. They're wrong. The best way for people to learn is to certainly you make a plan, but then unless you go in water, it's like swimming. Unless you put your feet in water, you won't exactly know how it feels when you touch water. And that's how people learn. So I think mostly people learn through taking actions is what I've seen. And that's what Albert Einstein also had said, that the best of learnings happen. The only true learning is the one which happens through experience. So it's very important to get into this mode of swinging and oscillating. Then you feel, okay, oh my God, I think I should have done something to go to the gym and reduce my weight because I'm too heavy. Let me come back. Then you go back to the gym, something. Then again you go back. So I think this is the way to greatness. The thing here is that people want so much of comfort and certainty and predefined path, which is absolutely to the extent of 99.999% safe and predictable, that they do not take any action. And that's at the core of many people not having ever done something which Mr. Gopikrishnan has done. Yeah, I think here he is going to do deep sea diving. So which place is that, Mr. Gopikrishnan? And then we'll get into what you wanted to say.
This is one from my bucket list, which we had planned to do. This is Havelock Islands from Andaman. We did scuba diving over there and a certification to scuba diving certification too.
Wow, man. This is if somebody just keeps on thinking, suppose what will happen? I do not know swimming. I know swimming. Suppose okay. Even if I have known swimming, I have always swum in swimming pools. I never tried going into deep sea water. Maybe that water is saline, some different kind of water. There might be some animals, the sea fish and all that. So somewhere you have to catch the ropes and start swimming. That's very important.
Right.
Go on. I think you were saying something when I interrupted you.
The main takeaway from the Tarzan method is, like you said, being open-minded. You have to accept what the new things are coming. It cannot always go as planned. It's not something theoretical which is written and you're gonna write it the same way. So you have more open-minded you are, it's better. The more learnings that come across, it might change you to a new person altogether. That's what I would be sharing. I wanted to share, in this conversation. We'll speak definitely more of that. Yeah.
Very nice. Excellent. Thank you so much for this sharing. I think sharing is important. I always tell people that it's not about the events which we are sharing. It's about the way people are receiving these events. If somebody just listens to this interaction which we had in last 10 minutes time, Tarzan's method which you spoke about, and then if somebody just reflects back, if somebody just sits in meditation, sits in silence and reflects back on some of the opportunities which he can see across at a distance, but all that the person has been doing is to wait for all the ropes, is to figure out all the ropes. And I think that could be the reason why people have not tried anything new over the last many years. I think they can do something to change their life completely. Great. Mr. Gopikrishnan, apart from that, I think I also get a feeling that we can get some of the best of leadership lessons because you have been there in IT companies over the last more than 10 years. Would you like to talk about some of these leadership lessons which you have seen? And probably you can connect this with some of the experiences which you have gone through, because I can see that you have done a lot which have got lots and lots of leadership lessons. So let's talk a bit about leadership, because this is a term which many people talk about, and still
Sure.
most of the people do not get a hang of it. So
Right.
what do you? Yeah.
So, when talking about leadership, my perspective, at least from my own experience, leadership is not something you can directly learn and get into doing it.
Yeah.
Everything starts from within. Leadership
Absolutely. Everything starts from within. And that's something which I have said in many, many videos. You are absolutely right. Go on.
true. It starts from within, in the sense, being self-aware, the self-awareness part. If you
Yeah.
want to be a good leader, you need to be self-aware. You need to know your strengths. You need to know your shortcomings, your faults, your
Yeah.
mistakes. And the main thing is, it's accepting those mistakes, being honest and accepting, okay, this is where I fall short. This is where I miss out. This is where I don't know. When you know these things and accept it and start to grow,
Yeah.
it's not just you grow, it's the way you show how people should grow. It's the way people
Absolutely.
learn from you. Okay, I did this something wrong, let me do it this way. When someone sees it, they grow and they do it the same. So leadership is, like I said, initially it's all, or primarily it's within you, it's self-awareness. Second is, leadership is not definitely about one person. There is no leader concept. If you want to be a
Yeah.
good leader, it's not about you, it's about the people you lead. Like
Yeah.
if there are 10 people who believes like and follows my path and they want to do something which I have done, it's not like I'm just teaching them. I have to make them grow and develop. Their growth and development is what will make me a good leader. So it's not just one person thing, it's a team. Also, like I said, if you want to grow, you have to help others grow.
Yeah.
It's
That's
basically
important.
collaboration. It's basically collaboration. Uh, it's like parallelly. You learn something, they learn something. Everything goes in hand. So,
Yeah.
and being transparent, which I most of the time I don't. I mean, or I have not experienced in IT industry, which I would really enhance is, you know, people should learn to be more transparent and be more honest in accepting their shortcomings, because it creates a very beautiful environment when you accept your faults. The leadership should enhance on that. It's not just about getting the work done or telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes telling that, okay, this is what I don't know, let me learn it from you, and you learn it from the team or the subordinate, and then you show them, okay, you're powerful too, you can
Yeah.
do it too.
Yeah.
That is the way a leader also grows and help their people also grow.
Very
That is
nice.
one of the key things which I definitely learned at being or leading different teams across the corporate industry.
I think what you said is very important, very insightful as well. I think one thing which you said is very important for people to take a note of. It's important for people to realize that unless we become transparent, unless we speak the truth, unless we become a little vulnerable, unless we talk about accept our weaknesses, unless we know ourselves as a person, we shall not gain respect or trust. I mean, trust is the right word. They will not get that trust from people, because people actually see, we all are human beings. We all know that nobody in this world is perfect, and that's the reason the people who actually admit their mistakes or admit express their vulnerability to some extent, the people who drop their guards while being friendly with people, they actually gain more respect and more trust from their team members. And you talk about some
Right.
of these people, Sudha Murthy, Naran Murthy, Azim Premji, most of these people, they are very humble people. Nobody ever, I've seen Mr. Azim Premji trying to put everyone aside from the stage and jump onto the stage and take the mic and start talking about him and his company. No, he never does it.
Right.
He's a person who will be
Very
absolutely
true.
in the last row. Somebody has to go and call him because he's humble.
True. Very true.
And these people are very reflective, actually. That's the reason, despite the fact that Mr. N. Naramurthy was speaking on the very auspicious occasion of, I think, 40 years of Infosys, if I'm correct. This very
You're right.
special occasion when Infosys has completed, I think, 40 years, if I'm correct. On this occasion, he admitted that he had committed a mistake by not allowing some of the children from the founders to get into the management committee, because he got a feeling that probably that was not the right decision. So people are very open to admit mistakes. That's very important. Ratan Tata. Today morning I was talking to somebody, and then the person who spoke about Ratan Tata, he actually gave a personal example when he had lunch with Ratan Tata. He said that, Mr. Ratan Tata, so all that this guy was taking a step back, all that this guy was thinking about, this person was thinking about, of course, he said it very humbly on a very lighter note. He was thinking about the kind of food which might be served because he was working that time in Tata Motors. So he thought that since Ratan Tata has come and he had this opportunity to have lunch with him, so most of the attendees, young graduate engineer trainees who had joined Tata Motors that time. So they were thinking about the kind of food which might be served. And here is Mr. Ratan Tata who goes. He's the first person to go there. And then what is that he's doing? He's not taking any plate for him. He's taking plates and he's extending plates to all the people one after the other. And all these people are youngsters. They are graduate trainees. And then Mr. Ratan Tata has handed over plate to all the people before he took his own plate. So he was talking about the humility among these people. I'm pretty sure you might have seen some of these pictures on social media where Mr. Ratan Tata is sitting on the floor. He's sitting on the floor, and other young, maybe employees or young recruits, they are standing behind him. So actually, that's the reason I prefer calling these conversations, heart-to-heart conversations. We need to get down to realities here. People become too formal. I am the chairman, so I have to stand here and let other people do. I should be in the center. They will also count. Okay, 5 people on my left, so maybe I should not have 6 people on my right. Maybe let me 5 and 5 so that I'm exactly in the center. I'm just trying to convey the message. I just chill down, drop your guards, let the hearts talk, except be real. And that's when people that's when actually we start seeing the process of formation of a great team. Because people start getting together. That's where the collaboration starts happening. That's where the leadership comes into practice. That's where all the team members will start studying for the leader. That's where the leader does not have to work for 20 hours per day. The leader will have a team which is trusting them, and the team which is actually willing and keen to go that extra mile to do all that is for them to do all that is there for them to do, so that the company and the leadership gets better and better and better. So I think it's all about
very true. In fact,
you explained. Yeah, go on.
Yes, in fact, like to summarize, even basically there is 2 things only. One, to be put it on a very high level, it's not about showing your power. It's about giving them the power, or helping them gain the power. So it's not like if you're going to show your power, like you said, I'm the boss, I'm going to be here. It's not like that. You have to teach them how to be the boss, and you bring them to the same table and show them is what leadership is all about. It's about, like you said, it's connecting. Without empathizing, there is no leader. So leader who empathizes would always be a good leader. Someone who could connect, like you said, the heart-to-heart connection should always be there. You have to go to their stage to understand them, then be with them, then grow with them. That is leadership.
That's the way. Excellent. So we started this conversation with Hai talking a bit about comfort zone. Would you like to talk a bit about your experiments with breaking comfort zone, starting from your days in Chennai? Because that's something which is very inspiring, because a person has decided to leave Chennai and be in different cities. It's amazing. Go on.
Sure. I come from a very small and a lower part of the society, and being brought up in Chennai, and I got my first posting in Capgemini, and I got to Pune for the training. Then there were many other folks along with me from my same hometown, and after training they all moved back, or within after training
they all went back to Chennai.
Right. And my everybody questioned me why my first preference would be Pune. Like, it would be really foolish to stay back for no reason, like leaving your parents, leaving the money, food, comfort zone, everything. So the main reason I want to be in Pune, I wanted to stay in Pune and see what life is next, is to be completely out of the comfort zone. I wanted to learn everything new right from the basics, be it the food I'm gonna eat, the people I'm gonna meet, the language I'm gonna speak, and the experiences that I'm gonna have. So that is the main reason I chose Pune. And every time I got a chance to move back to Chennai, it sounds foolish, but yes, I denied it because it's not gonna challenge me. It's not gonna question me. So anything and everything that has challenged me till date has got me into like the various fields. I've got into running, I've gone into cycling, I've led the many different teams. I'm into photography. I'm into videography. I have my own YouTube channel. I
Yeah.
met so many inspiring people, and every bad and the good experience is mine. I am
Yeah.
responsible for it. It's my decision, good or bad, and I'm standing for it. And here now I am talking with you, sharing that experiences with you. I believe this is happening because of the decision that I took, which many people felt it was foolish or would not necessary or was not necessary at this moment. Because like always say, many people fear that one thing, being judged. Like I'm married to a different state person.
Yeah.
I different culture, different caste, everything is different. Everything in my life has always been a question to someone, or people mocking at me, judging me, or whatever things I do. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do keeping mobile on the road and recording myself for making a motivational video on running. People laughed at me. Hey, what is this guy doing?
Wow.
Seriously, some people even thought
Absolutely amazing.
that is very true. Some people even thought, okay, let this guy keep the mobile and record himself. Let us take the mobile and run away. It was like that. Also, people mocked at me. But I'll tell you, and that one thing, when I made that video, or that one video, I actually like to move back to the conversation. I'll come back to this later.
Yeah.
So there are people who fear these judgmental people, right? I would always suggest don't bother it, because judgmental people belong to a lower moral authority. Their opinions never matter because they don't matter. If you're completely confident about what you can do, and you see clearly what you want, you want to achieve, just pursue what doing. Just pursue what your dream is. Because these people keep judging because they don't have that ability. They hate because they cannot do that thing. So the only thing, like I said, is they judge you, they pass comments on you, they're gonna write things about you, or they're gonna laugh at you and go away. That's it. It is their job. But what our job is to break that. Just live our life to prove and show them that their opinions don't matter, their judgments don't matter, because we should focus only on what we have to do and we are able to do. Because at some points, when there are a few folks who mocked at me for different other reasons, who made fun of me, are still living the same old routine life and have not done anything beyond what they are told to do. But here I am. I have tried so many things and so many things. Like if you take running, for instance, I've completed 35 plus marathons. I've done
35
100
plus
days running.
marathons.
Yes,
So
I've
you
done
have
100
about
days
full
running.
marathons? Even half marathons are great. But you
Half
have
marathons are also there. I've done 10 kilometers also. I've done 100 days continuous running also.
100
And
days continuous running. My goodness.
yes,
Awesome. Because I
so
could see a lot of pictures of yours where you have completed 50 kilometers cycling and then you are taking rest, and there is a picture which you have put there, more than 45 kilometers of cycling and jogging and running.
yes,
Absolutely
all this,
great.
like
And
I
I think
said,
what you said is very important. I'll just take a minute here. What you said is very important because those people who judge others are actually not thinking about themselves. They do not have
exactly
goals for them. They are
right.
not playing on their strings. For them, their journey does not matter at all. So all that matters to them is to just keep on talking about other people. These people are wasting their time, if you ask me. And that's the reason anybody who has done something great, including Virat Kohli, who has said very clearly that Virat Kohli said it's very important point. He has said that your belief in your ability is more powerful than the doubt among thousands of people who are surrounding you. Because
Very
once
true.
you
Right.
decide to hit a six and make your country win, even in the despite having a very tough situation, once you decide, you can do it within over next couple of minutes. He said it very clearly that all that matters is your way of looking at things. For example, if you take the example of Surya Kumar Yadav, SKY, all that matters at this moment is how he looks upon his performance. It does not matter as how many people are saying that he has got 3 golden ducks and diamond ducks and silver ducks and platinum ducks and all that. People have put all these names. Does not matter. He's the same Surya Kumar Yadav. There is something which is all a matter of mindset. If he goes to the ground next time with the sole intention of hitting it the way he has hit, he will hit it. As simple as that. So all that is the only thing which matters. There are crores of people, not even lakhs, let me tell you. There are crores of people in this country only who are only talking about, who are only doing what on this Sunday afternoon? To check the live video of 3 golden ducks of Surya Kumar Yadav. These people will keep on checking all these ducks and all these things.
Exactly.
These people
Exactly.
are made to do so, and that is the secret. if at all there is a secret. Actually, I always tell people that there is no secret. It's all principle. It's all in front of us. It's just that people can't see it. That is the reason why so many people are living a life which is less than
Exactly true.
an ordinary life is. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, there are many instances. Like if you take another example of which, like when I was in initial my college days, people made fun of my body. Like I was fat, ugly. So they started making fun of me. They would call me by names. But after my first year, when I decided, uh, okay, there is something that I can do. I need to change their opinions. I need to break their judgment. I got into gym. From then on, I was much serious into gymming, fitness, and I got into being a fitness enthusiast. I transformed myself, and when I got back, the same mouths, the same people who talked ill about me, my looks, you know, they started talking good about me. They started asking me, which gym did you go? What did you eat? Can you share the meal plan with me? Can you share the training plan with me? It started from there. I say many people, there are still till this date, there are many people who come to me, even be male or female, being body shamed. I would say, be body, there is something called body positivity. People should first feel proud of how they are. They should feel happy about how they are, what they are.
Absolutely.
They
That's the
should feel
first
good
stage.
about,
You have to be happy about while thinking about your current status, your current thing. Absolutely right. You're right. That's
yes,
the first point.
you should think about, okay, this is what is me. This is what I am. I am fat, I am black, I am tall, I'm short, whatever it is. This is me, and I'm completely happy about it. First, you should feel that body positivity. Then slowly see what is good for you. Start transforming in whichever way you want to do. That's it. Stop hearing the voices which are coming across you, because like I said, it doesn't even matter. Just feel happy about who you are. You have a big tummy, you have a big cheek, you have a big butt, whatever it is. Just be, don't bothered about what people say. Just accept the way you are. Be happy of what is being given to you, because there are many people who lack these things, who lack eyesight, cannot talk, cannot have legs. Because something has been you are having, you should first feel gratitude. I mean, you should have to have that gratitude for that. Then
Yeah.
slowly see, okay, what I can do to change my life, to change my body, to achieve my goals, and show what I am, to prove. Or if you don't want to prove, at least for yourself. See,
Yeah.
because the positivity is what is always matters. The body positivity, like I said. So when that thing happened, I thought, okay, I was doing it for myself. And then when certain people who made fun of me, they changed their opinions. But later, as I come across till this date, I have trained so many people, at least like I could say 35 to 40 people I have trained here. And some or other people who come to me saying, it is seeing you, I started gymming. It is after talking to you, I started doing this. And now my wife is so much happy that I'm into good shape. I started running because of you, Gopi. Initially, I was fat. Now I'm a completely different person. My mental strength is changed because, like I said, I'll always say, running. If I come into running, it's one of my another favorite thing. Running is not just about physical strength. When you
Absolutely.
run a marathon, half marathon, or even if it is 10, 15 kilometers, initial kilometers, it's all your body. You physically, it's your physical strength. You keep running.
Yeah.
Then at certain point of time when your body is owned out, it is your mind, it is all here. Like I said, it is all here. It is your mind that starts talking to you. It tells you to keep pushing. It's not the finish line. Keep pushing it. But your body is completely owned out. It is under tremendous pain. Your leg is gonna feel that pain, knees, your neck, shoulder, waist, everything is gonna feel that pain. But still your mind says that you have to do it. And when that interconnection happens, when your mind saying and your body starts listening to it, right? That is where the real running starts. Like you run after that, when you run and achieve the finish line, listening to your mind and body coordinating, that is the feel of achievement. It is not about being in the podium first, second, or third. It is listening to your body and your body coordinating and your mind telling you to push and reach the line and crossing the line. Because of that is what is, that accomplishment that you get. That
Awesome.
is why running is
Awesomely
running
explained.
is definitely, yeah, sorry to break you.
Go on, go on.
Running is definitely not about physical strength. Beat anything. Like it's all here. Like I said, fix it in your mind. You cannot touch, your hands cannot touch something which your eyes cannot see. So fix everything in here. Set realistic goals, train accordingly, plan accordingly. Just stop listening to the voices around you, because like I always say, or said earlier, the judgmental people's opinion never ever matter. Who accept the way you are, do your thing. At one point of time, you will be there achieving the dreams, and all the people who talked about you would be losers.
Well, absolutely
That is
perfect.
very true.
Absolutely perfect, Mr. Gopikrishnan. And see, the other thing is that there is nobody is good or bad. I think this is the way the society is. So always there is one thing which I always inspire my mentees to practice, and that is because I'm into one-to-one coaching. I do a lot of one-to-one coaching programs as well as group coaching programs. I always tell people that forgive people, forgive and forget about what others are saying. Just focus on your goals, focus on yourself, turn the entire focus and direction of your thinking towards yourself, build yourself up. And once you start taking actions, you start getting new set of realizations. You said something which is very interesting. You said that you said something about running. So let me share something here. So when I wrote my first book, this is the first one. When I wrote my second book, which is this one, which is there somewhere, The Strawberry Farm. In this book, there is somebody who there is a person. It's all about Panchgani, which is hill station around it. So it's based in Panchgani. And then this guy has lost everything in life because of pandemic. He had some business which has gone, and then members. He also has lost a couple of his family members. And there are things which are not exactly in the right direction. People start laughing at him that he had the dream of creating a experience based travel company which went bust after pandemic came in and hit him. And then he's a failure and kind of a stuff which people go through, and then he decides to run away from people, from the crowd for some time. So then he one day decides to make his you know a balance sheet of life. People make balance sheet for companies. He makes his own balance sheet, and while making the balance sheet, he writes some liabilities which are many, and then he starts writing the assets which again are many. It's just that he had to stop thinking about some of these assets, because and that's the way the human mind thinks. Because I've been in this field, so I know once a person thinks of one bad news, this one bad news is like one guest who comes to stay with you, and this one guest will bring all more such guests, more of negative news. Okay. That's what people know as call as law of attraction. That's the reason I always tell people that in case you are feeling something bad, or in case you are having some negative thought, all that you're supposed to do is to do what Gopi has been doing. Just get into your jogging shoes and go for a walk and go for a jog. Start running. Start running for some time. 5 minutes time, 10 minutes time, it does not matter. Once you start running, dopamine, endorphin, serotonin, oxytocin, all these hormones will start getting released, and your pattern of thinking will change. That's what this person does. He goes there, then while making the balance sheet of life, he gets to know that he first time realizes that he had in his olden good times, he had taken a small cottage in a hill station, which was very remotely located. He thought of, then he thinks of running away from society. He goes to this small hill station. He goes and opens the lock of this cottage. He goes inside the cottage, starts living there. And without having a single coach, he has started. One in the morning, he's having sleepless night, and then he gets up in the morning at around 3 o'clock. And then he decides to go for a jog. And that one action leads to another action, and then one after the other, he keeps on taking actions. And then by the end of the book, he is completely transformed. He starts leading a life which is 10 times bigger a life than the life which he was leading earlier. And that is the power of a positive mind, because once you build a positive mind, this guy, without having a coach, he starts gaining all the lessons of transformation from nature. So here, nature becomes his coach. And that is because he just goes for jogging. So what we are saying is absolutely I can connect. Jogging is not only about jogging. There is a TED talk, Dan Pallotta. He has given a TED talk, and he has said that go for a walk if you want, but do not call it time pass or something like that. Do not call it just walking. It's not walking, it's your life. Because Dan has said that in this TED talk, he has said that there is an article also from Harvard Business School. This article says that, and actually this book has got a lot of mention of this Dan Pallotta's an article. So that says that he has prepared for the best and most crucial speeches and talks, including the talk which he gave in TED Talk, which is one of the most largely widely seen TED Talk on social media on YouTube. He prepared for all these TED Talks, all these speeches, all these strategies for his company while just walking beside lakes along the foothills of some mountains, or else while cycling. So it's a very, very, very important point which you are saying. But the only thing is that people have to start practicing walking, jogging to get a meaning of what we are talking about.
Exactly.
Go on.
I can definitely relate to the statements which you mentioned, Arun. Number one, like I said, right, initially, like I was into IT, I did not do anything much, and I wanted to explore something new. I wanted to be more.
Yeah.
Like I started running. Then when I started running and when I was around 10, 15 marathons completed, I
Yeah.
definitely realized this has to be shared. I know there are many runners and there are many people who have influenced, but there are still some sort of people, at least in your circle, be it your family or be it your small friend circle or whatever. To at least, I want them to at least know how I feel. Like I said, I woke up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, took the mobile, started recording videos of mine, and made a video with my thoughts in that. And that video got viral. That video got very much appreciated by everyone in the running community and outside. And like I said, some friends of mine started working out and running, seeing that video. And that video got me from, I mean, my company, like where I'm currently working, decided to do that video as a promotional video for their first running event.
Wow.
And it was hosted everywhere across the office, across the Pune city, where my video was running. Then after that, that video was seen from there by Pune Running Group. That's one of the biggest running groups in Pune. They
Yeah.
called me up and said, "Hi Gopi, I saw this video of yours, and we would really be happy if you could make a video for our running events as well." I was completely taken on because this is a huge running community, and they want me to do a video for them, and they want me to be in that video. I made a video for them that became hugely successful. Then they started making more videos from my end. Like I said, one positive thing leads to another. Like uh, I did not know this was going to happen. I started making video because I wanted to share how I feel. Then that turned out to be a promotional video for my company, and that got me different opportunities. And in fact, I even started earning money out of it, where other outer organizations started contacting me to make videos for them. So one positive thing when you start, it's just one step. You do not know where it's going to take you. Just take a step. If you take that one step, it's going to definitely lead you to places. It's
Actually,
all
we
beginning
spoke.
with you.
Yeah, we spoke about you give the example of Tarzan's method or Tarzan's thing,
True,
right?
true, true. Correct.
So when you started recording when you recorded the first video at 4 o'clock in the morning, you just hooked on to, you just pulled one rope and then you oscillated. You didn't know what is going to happen. And then it led you to the second rope when somebody called you. And then it led you to the third rope when Pune's runners group, marathoners group called you. And then you got the fourth rope through which you started getting it got monetized. And I've seen this video. It's brilliantly done. It's a quick, small video, but it's powerful video. I think I'm going to share the link of this video. Once I edit this video and once I upload it, I'm going to put the link. Thank you so much, Gopi. This is amazing. And there is one thing which I want the audience to know about you. And that is the
Yes.
most powerful thing, audience. I think many of you will be very inspired to know that we are talking to somebody who is a very inspired and inspiring parent. Because Mr. Gopikrishnan is one parent, one father who has got his little son. He is just 4 years,
2.5,
two and a half.
two and a half. Yeah.
2.5 years. Just imagine. He's a little kid, 2.5 years. By the way, he has got a very charming, very beautiful family. And we are talking about his son, who is just 2.5 years young kid. And this kid has got his name entered in India Book of Records and some other book of records as well, thanks to the inspiring parent that Mr. Gopikrishnan is. I think this is something which Mr. Gopikrishnan, many people do not get a hang of, because many people have seen people like me who just do not do the research, they do not know. So would you like to share something about how exactly you have done something which I'm pretty sure is going to inspire your kid as he grows also? Of course, he must be feeling great while getting all these shields and some of these trophies. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a very good, important milestone for him in his entire career when he goes and gets interviewed and puts in the resume that at the age of 22.5 years, his name went in India Book of Record. Let's listen to you till I share some pictures in the background. Go on.
Sure. Thank you for bringing this up. And like I said, in the initial phase, you know, some people go back and think that they wish I could have done that. I had changed this. I have did that. It happens in me also, but I'm not going to worry about that. But after knowing this, after people thinking that, okay, this is what it is,
Yeah.
and when you know, when you have your own family, and if you could bring that thing into your child right from day one, his life is going to change. And if you think that, okay, as parents, we are responsible for it, it's going to bring in so much happiness. I'm not going to take all the credits here, because then most of the credits, even if you ask me, goes to my wife, because I have seen many people in my college days, like, getting into these book of records and all, but I did not think about it much. Then my wife saw it somewhere when she was reading some article and said, me and my wife, luckily, like we have our thoughts aligned. Everything which we do, even like including travel, where we have traveled across more than 50 plus places, nationally and internationally. It's all like our ideas together. Same, it happened with the baby
How
as
many places you have traveled across?
well. In the like country wise, it's been 7 countries and total number of places almost 50.
Just imagine, audience. Let's take a pause here. I don't know how. Just ask this question yourself. At the age of 35 years, Mr. Gopikrishnan and his family has traveled across 7 countries and 50 places. Very interesting places. Of course, there are a lot of pictures which I've got. I'm going to keep on changing my background. Having said that, how many of you or how many of audience have actually done something which he has done by at such a young age? I think this shows your love for life, places, people, adventure, inspiration, new things. And I think that's the way of living life. I think you are going to become very good influencer for sharing, for inspiring people to lead a better life. Very nice. Go on. Thank you.
Sure. Yes. So the same thing happened with our kid as well. So we decided we should do something for him, and my wife gave me that idea of
Yeah.
having how about this book of records. We started with OMG book of records.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we thought is we went to their websites, same like India book of records. We went through their websites and decided we'll enroll him. So we saw his potential. We saw his potential, the way he was grasping things, learning things, and we thought it should be somehow reflected. And for every person, you need to have your identity. So, like I'll come back to this point again. So we thought, okay, let's start enrolling. We
Yeah.
took videos of him learning things, then explaining them, telling them, identifying them, then shared across these sites, the India Book of Records and OMG Book of Records. It went through different judges panel. It went to different levels of approvals, and finally he got approved, and he got it at a very young age of not even 2 years. In fact, he was a month or two less than 2 years.
My
So why
goodness.
did this? Thank you, Varun. So why main reason of doing this is like, when he grows up, when he is at a stage where he thinks, should he do certain things or not? Should he, how, what he should achieve? At that moment, when he looks back and realizes at a budding stage of not even 2 years, if he could achieve this feat and get his name into the records and have these medallions, then he should feel that he is capable of anything and everything that he wants to do in his life. We want to give him that confidence. In fact, every parents, it's not just the education, it's the experience and the confidence that every person needs to have to face the world. That is what our first attempt, bringing up our child is. That's why
Yeah.
we made him into this book of records. Luckily, he was capable enough, God's grace, and we got it done. And he is like, much happy parents. Like I said, it's the identity that we need to create for ourselves, for a child, for our generations, because it's not just the education. Education is not alone, is not gonna take you up in life. It's the experience and the confidence to face everything.
Mr. Gopikrishnan, I always tell people that the lessons which I learned over the last 3 to 4 years, starting 2018, when I went on this path of transformation and doing a lot of things as a matter of experimentation and then writing my experiences, I got a very clear realization that the lessons which I've got are more powerful than the lessons and learnings which I've got in some of these best of management colleges, including Accelerate, because life has got so much that we can learn from. And that's the reason all the books which I've written. So these are 3 of 6 books which are there. They're all about learning from life, from nature, from rising sun, from jogging, from schools, from teachers, from people, from good moments, from challenging moments, from life experiences, from every day. Every day has got some lessons which, if we get, it's just that we are not able to see the lessons. We are not able to see what actually many people see who practice, some of these, we call them awakened soul and all that. I'm just saying this with a lot of humility. And once I told my wife that today, for the first time, despite the fact that I used to be a very good student in my school days, despite that, I couldn't get the real meaning of what is the meaning of getting enlightenment while sitting beneath the banyan tree, while reading the chapter on Gautam Buddha. I told my wife that today I've got the essence of what exactly happened, because he was in a state of meditation for 10 years. I had just done for some time. It has been more than 1,000 days since I have been there early in the morning at around 5 o'clock and doing some of these things, which I also inspire many of our mentors to do. Excellent. And then you spoke about, and see, audience here, there is a brilliant example of person who is learning from life, because maybe Mr. Gopikrishnan, while he was growing up, he couldn't have some of these certifications or some of these things which could have inspired him while he was, grappling with life and career till class 10. He made it a point to give all this to his son, and there's no surprise. There's no surprises that his son has got all of this even before the age of 2 years. So that is called learning and taking action. So I think this is one point which I wanted to come across all the audience, and those who want to get to know about how to do something so that your kids also can have their names in some of these book of records. And it's not only about having the names entered in the book of records, it's about doing certain things which actually which actually adds to their confidence level. You can get in touch with Mr. Gopikrishnan. You can send a message. You can put
Sure,
some
definitely.
box, and we'll certainly ensure that you get connected with Mr. Gopikrishnan. Okay, apart from this, so Mr. Gopikrishnan, we spoke about quite a few very interesting aspects. I think I know that we can keep on continuing for another 1 hour. We are already there 1 hour. We have been talking over last 1 hour, and I think I get a feeling that we can keep on talking for next couple of hours. Would you like to share something about the kind of range of things which you have done? Because though I've been changing my background, but I think let's talk to the person who is.
Sure.
Would you like to share some of the things which you have done in last few years, which can inspire people? There are a lot of things which you have done.
So, like I said, one, I've always been a fitness enthusiast. I've always been part of, I've trained many people in the gym, right from every planning I make for them. I've got them into it, and I've done many coachings also for them, fitness coaching. Then I'm into running. I have, like I mentioned, I run almost 35 plus marathon events, and I've done cycling events, riding 50 kilometers and all. And I like traveling. Like I said, I've traveled to 7 plus countries, 50 plus destinations.
Yeah.
Then I'm into adventures as well. I've done gliding.
I can see with the tiger here. I think the picture is not visible, but I'm going to put that picture on. There is a tiger here, a lion here.
Yes. It's from Thailand, actually.
Thailand.
So it's from the Tiger Kingdom. Yes.
Go on.
Yeah. So I like traveling. I like running, like I said, and this running has got me into, like I said, the videography thing, for which I have my own channel, for where I have my running videos and travel videos made. And
would you like to tell us the name of the channel?
Yeah, it's GGK only. Channel name is Gopikrishnan.
Okay, so we'll put the link also. Great.
Sure, thank you. Great. Yes, and so whatever I've been part of many charity organization programs for across different places where where we've collected money for child's educations, then for their schoolings, and we've got them uniforms, books also, for whatever things that whenever we are trying to organize any events for running. Then apart from that, traveling is like one, like I said, apart from traveling, these adventure activities. Then I'm into dancing as well. I
got a picture which I wanted to share with you. See, it's very interesting. Even I recall I couldn't dance. My family still starts laughing when I tried dancing. But despite that, you actually went to the stage, you trained yourself. That is awesome. So can you tell us something about this? I can see one of the pictures of you dancing. I think you became a front dancer. The front row.
This is during my college days, like initial days when I was taught by my friend to dance. So always grateful. I've got some friends, before coming to this picture, I'm always saying many of my classes where, so much grateful that I've got friends and mentors who train me, for which even I didn't know I could do certain things, be it photography or dance or gym. I have my circle who always push me, because your circle always matters, because it's difficult to surround yourself with good people, but if you have
surrounding is very important.
Because right. So this is initial days of my college where I was taught to dance, and this continued after coming to Pune as well. So I have done many dance sessions. I've taken many dance sessions. I teach hip hop also. So when in the gym also, like apart from working out, we do have dance sessions which I take. So that is also.
I think a person like me who has to learn dancing, I think I need to come to some of your studio sessions where I can learn. That's awesome. Now it's very clear that you are actually living life in all its dimensions, and beautiful. Would you like to talk a bit about some of the inspiring books or movies which you would like to recommend to the audience? Any book?
Sure. One book which I definitely like or admire or inspired me a lot is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a or something. I don't know.
FCUK, FCUK.
Because, yes. So I mean, it's not about the book alone. I see the perspective with which it was written, and the society where at least the millennials or the young people who are coming right now are more influenced or go by, like, what others are doing, who are more towards this judgmental people or the opinions of others,
Yeah,
and sticking to the routine things. This book definitely sort of brings an essence of
yeah,
getting those thoughts out of it and trying to do something which you really want to do. Like, like I earlier also mentioned, the opinions never matter. What people say never matter. It is all about what you want to do. So
yeah.
this is one such book, Flashes of Thoughts. It's from one of the UAE leaders, which we bought. It's one of the very good reads. Then movies, there are so many movies which I could see, but very specific to one, if I want to stick, I would say Shawshank Redemption. And there are people as well, like, who inspired you a lot, like, to be very basic, your parents or wife who sacrifice their own dreams or their own time to make your dreams and needs alive. That is where your first inspiration comes from, for me too. And then I have many good people around, my friends, anyone who works around you, like, you see, have something or other to teach you. Because always keep your, like I always say, have open mindedness, keep your mind open, because you never know what you're gonna get. So that everything everywhere is a lesson and experience that you need to go for. That is one. I always like and
So this is
if
this
you,
is great, Mr. Gopikrishnan. Would you like, because you spoke about the support which family has been giving, because that's a very important message for people. I always tell people that since childhood days we have been hearing that, behind every successful man there is a woman. Actually, there is a it's a very true statement, and I always tell people that if there is one person who is behind the success of Infosys, it's not Mr. Naran Murthy, it's Sudha Murthy. Because had she not been feeding, supporting him while working, Mr. Naran Murthy would never have got the courage to get into do work starting 6:15 in the morning till 9:15 in the night, and that also for 3 decades, more than 3 decades. So actually, once you start looking, seeing a little deeper, and of course, I can't talk to you unless I'm sure that my wife is taking care of both my daughters. So you spoke
I'll
about
definitely share the links of everything.
yeah, some of the books and the movies you spoke about, and I think also spoke about some of the inspiring people, personalities. Would you like to add to it? Any other person that would like to talk about who has inspired you?
I would say one is a YouTuber whose name is Casey Neistat. So
Okay.
one, like, what to say, the open mindedness and the confidence and the way you see life. I learned a lot from him. So, in fact, many things which I had mentioned in here would have sort of, reflected his work as well. So, his thing is like something very inspiring and motivational.
Very nice. And
So,
I think
something it's
go on.
Yeah, yeah. So he was in an era where he started blogging, where even YouTube was not there. And now, if you see, there are people carrying cameras and mics in their hand and
Everywhere.
recording themselves everywhere. And this concept, like, the travel vlogging or blogging, whatever it is, was initially he was brought in by that person who did not know how his life is gonna be uh, beyond certain point, when he was having a kid at the young age of 17 and did not know what to do with having no money, lived in a trailer park, and now has achieved every big thing that anyone could
Yes,
know
somebody
in
to say,
this
yeah.
YouTube industry, media industry. It's huge, it's big. There are many valuable life lessons from him. Like, he was a dishwasher initially, and now he's like a multi-millionaire across the media entertainment channel. So
Mm.
from one of the very big motivation and inspirations
Very,
for
very
me,
nice. And
his
I think
life
what you said is
lessons.
also very powerful. You said that the biggest of inspiring stories come from your family members, which is very important. I think our family
Yeah,
members are some of the most inspiring people, because actually they do not only say, they actually add value to our life. They do, they take actions to keep us protected, safe, and happy, and healthy, and kind of things.
true.
Excellent. So now it is more than 1 hour. It's almost 1 hour 10 minutes. I think it's time for us to close the conversation. Do we do not feel like doing so? Anything else which you would like to share, Mr. Gopikrishnan, before we close this?
Definitely.
Thank you so much for
Uh,
your time.
one thing which I would definitely sort of summarize, or some at least basic three things which I have seen people around me stuck into, it is One is, try to overcome the unhelpful thoughts, because many people are, there are a lot of thoughts running in everyone's mind before they try to do something or want to do something. Should I do? The fear, the anxiety, or some sort of helplessness, or the reasons and judgments and the voices that they hear around it. Try to come out of that. Try to come out of those helpful, unhelpful thoughts, and focus on how we can grow, what you can do, and how you can improvise and be a better version of yourself the next day. Focus on that. Another thing is, many times I've seen people, focus on the wrong areas. For example, many people think that why my life is so hard. Instead of that, just think on how good things are there in your life, how many better things have come across in your life. Try shifting your focus there. Or instead of just worrying or hating someone, or rather, instead of just hating someone, just try to learn that compassion. Try being compassionate to those people. Or if you want to always worry so much, stop worrying and start thinking about how much thankful you are for certain things which other people don't even have. And also, mainly, people should also start sticking to their values. Many people have so much good nature in them. They are very kind, considerate, generous, happy, but still they think that, okay, if some opinion comes from another direction or some judgment comes from another direction, they feel inferior. Okay, they think, okay, am I wrong? Should I not do this? I would say, stop that, because you know your values, you know your strengths. Stick to it, follow it, listen to it, and start doing your own thing. Because when you do all these things, like to summarize, this unhelpful thoughts, changing to the right focus, then sticking to their values will definitely make you a different person altogether.
You're absolutely right. I think you said something towards the beginning of this video, this conversation, and I wanted to just share something before we close it. I do this one-to-one coaching in which I inspire people to start with feeling positive while thinking about their current status. That's the first point. So, irrespective of which position, which place, or which status, which stage in life a person is, a person can always think of something which is great. And I think that's the first point. First, we need to have this attitude of gratitude. First of all, we need to turn our mindset into a mindset which is always thinking something positive, which can always find some of the positive things despite looking at the mess of life. It's always possible. And then, of course, when we look at mindset, it has got actually it's a mind map. Mind map. Once we click it open, then it will kind of get into various branches. Coming to mindset, there are three different aspects. One is learning, which we spoke a lot about, how to learn, how to develop this mindset so that we can learn not only from books and movies, but we can also learn from life. We took quite a few examples which we actually have been living in your life. The second type of mindset is that of positive mindset, which we spoke a bit about. It's very important for people to develop this habit of thinking positively. And third is winning mindset. Man ka ho to acha, man ka na ho to aur zyada acha. When there are challenges, actually, that's where you see a seed of opportunity. Just that we need to develop eyes to see that. And I hope with this conversation, we have got more and more people, at least all the audience who is going to watch this video, developing the mindset of a winning person. And with this, I wanted to share with you some of the letters of appreciation which Mr. Gopikrishnan has got. I think there are quite a few letters, Mr. Gopikrishnan, which people have sent to you. Would you like to share something before we close the conversation? Because I see a lot of handwritten notes. Yeah.
Sure. This is from some of the team members which I've led across my companies, and they always, and like I said, like I am really happy and grateful that I could bring in some positive changes or inspire them in some or other way. And I've also taught something which, there was some takeaway from my end also, and that has got some positive changes in their life. And they have written some notes across me, being with me, working with me. So these are all those notes. And like I said, like I said, you never know how much impact you're going to bring in other people's life, and by spreading positivity and sharing your journey. This is all what all matters.
Audience, I met Mr. Gopikrishnan during one such conversation just for a few minutes. I met. That was my first meeting. And then I got a feeling because I have been writing books and I have been writing books not only for me but also for other people. Some CEOs and some chairmen, some people who wanted to, put their dreams, put their thoughts into a book, but they were not able to decipher as how to do it. So I've been working with them. I knew while talking to you that you have got a lot of books within you. And I think anybody who has seen this video can get to know, can actually correlate with what I just said. You have got lots and lots of inspiring books. Let all these books come to reality. Of course, through these videos also people have got the essence of all these stories. Let you keep on inspiring people. And thank you so much for sparing your Sunday afternoon, which actually belongs to your family, but you gave this time to me and to the audience. We thank you and have a great, amazing evening, Mr. Gopikrishnan. Look forward to talk to you once again.
Thank you so much for this.
Great. Thank you. Keep on inspiring people and stay inspired. See you. Bye.
Definitely.
Bye.
Bye.